Hi, I'm Stan, the Annuity Man.
I'm Gary from Cannex.
We're here to talk about fixed index annuities, also called indexed annuities, and inappropriately called hybrid annuities. Don't say hybrid around me.
Okay.
Because hybrid's a mattress, hybrid's a car, hybrid's a plant. Hybrid's not an annuity.
Okay.
So let's get that straight.
Sure.
Now, I like this product. It's missold, but I like it. It's an enhanced CD. Let's talk about it was developed in 1995. The first one came out in 1995, but they've really become popular here in the recent history. It's not a security.
Nope. It's
a life insurance product, and it's a fixed annuity. What else about indexed annuities do people need to understand?
Well, I think what they need to understand is it's an enhancement to the CD. So like the MIGA product or the fixed rate annuity,
right.
You know what your return is going to be.
Right.
In this case, it's an enhancement to that. You're still getting that base CD return.
But it's low.
But it's low.
Okay.
It's low, but then what you're doing is then you're tracking a movement of a particular market and you're getting an additional enhancement to that fixed return on top of that. So you're getting a little bit additional juice, if you want to use that word, but you're not participating in the market. In fact, you're on the sidelines, you're watching the market, and based upon scorekeeping or a formula, determines how much additional you may get from that CD return.
A lot of the sales pitches out there are market upside with no downside, and it sounds like a security, a market product, but it's really not. It's a call option, and not to get caught in the weeds here, but it's a call option, a bet on where the market's going based on a specific index,
right.
And typically that's the S&P 500, correct?
Right.
And Cannex can break, you have a system that breaks index annuities down to the base. I mean, it will strip everything down. It's unbelievable. But let's just kind of stay above that, the details. How many index option choices are out there right now?
Well, as far as the formula and the scorekeeping,
right.
There's probably over 600-700 different ways you can technically do it, depending upon which combinations of the formula you want to apply to an index. And again, the index you want to apply, there's hundreds of those too, potentially.
There's indexes that we know about, which is the S&P, and then in the index annuity world, they're also making them up out of thin air indices, index
Sure.
that they can track. It's an interesting but oversold type product, but I think it has its place. I really do. So where is that place in a portfolio for indexed annuities?
Well, if you're looking for a little higher return than you would typically get from a CD product or a fixed rate annuity, you're going to probably want to go with a product like this. What's really good about this product today is that with their income benefit rider is usually the most competitive that you can get. So as we talked about in our other videos, you can take the return after a certain period of time in this product and move it into an income annuity, if you will.
An immediate annuity.
Immediate annuity,
right.
If you want to turn on the income. But for these growth products, you have a living benefit rider or income option, if you will, that you can turn on while you're still holding this contract. And today's world, these income riders are just as competitive as if you were to buy a deferred income annuity. They're in some cases they're on par.
Right, and index annuities are a very efficient delivery system for that income rider guarantee. So when people come to me and they say, Stan, I need income later guarantees, we show both income riders and we show deferred income annuities. Why? Because they both provide that guarantee for income later, but they just take two different contractual roads to get there.
Right.
So we're not going to get caught up in the caps and the spreads and the limitation of the upside. I just think people need to understand it's a CD type product, and regardless of what dart you throw at that index option, you need to expect those returns. So if someone's trying to convince you you're going to get market returns, please don't buy it for that. Buy it for a CD type return, and if you want to attach that rider, buy it for that guarantee and have Cannex shop that for you. So limitations of the product, other than like the market upside pitch, which it's a CD type product,
right.
What else are the other limitations that you've run into out there?
Well, when if you're looking to bolt on that extra income option, there comes with fees, so it could be seen as a little bit more expensive. But again, with those types of options, you're kind of having your cake and eat it too.
Right.
In other words, you have access to your money, but you're also getting guaranteed income, so you should know full well what the cost of that actual additional option would be.
Right. The other thing too on indexed annuities, a lot of them are sold with upfront bonuses, which is, if you give us the money, we're going to add money to the contract. let's just get something clear, Gary. If I'm not mistaken, there's no philanthropist at annuity companies, correct?
I don't think so.
So they're not giving money away for free. Somebody's not getting up in the morning and go, you know what? I want to give money away for free with bonuses. There's a catch. There's 100 pennies in the dollar. Bonuses aren't bad. They're just part of the contractual guarantee.
Right.
Correct? The other thing I see out there too, and let's go backwards a little bit about income riders. An income rider is an attachment to a policy that you do not have to add, but you can add it,
Right.
that will provide a lifetime income guarantee. Visually, and I'll try to do this, if you draw a line down the middle of a page, this side is the index option and this side is the rider, this side's always going to be the highest of the contractual guarantee, and your income calculation is going to come from that. Now the problem we see sometimes is that's a percentage growth on that income rider side, and sometimes people think they're getting Jimmy Carter CDs, like I'm getting 8%. No, your income rider is growing by 8%, which is good, but it's not yield. You can't peel off the interest or get to the lump sum or transfer, but you can use that amount, that income rider amount, for guaranteed income. It's a way to control your asset, but know to the penny what that income stream is going to be in the future.
Right.
Correct? Okay, interesting. So in essence, you can buy the indexed annuity, and I think the shorter terms are in the 4 or 5 year range. Most of them like max out at that 10-year range, so you have to be careful to lock in if you want to. But let's kind of look at a rider quote with our friends from Texas. So they want to control the money. They want to get a little bit better than CD returns on that accumulation value side.
Right.
But they also want to know to the penny, worst case scenario, Armageddon, what that income stream is going to be. So let's look at the rider attached to the indexed annuity.
Okay, well, let's say that Robert, again, at 65 years old,
Okay.
if you will, we'll just do this on a single basis, single life, and he'll put $100,000 into the indexed annuity contract. So by putting that in, and let's say he's got deferred income till age 70. So
Okay.
he's going to purchase that rider, get the little additional extra cost to purchase that option, and he wants to turn on guaranteed income. So at the very minimum, if you will, or what the contractual guarantee would be for as part of that rider, that come out to about $670 per month, as far as one of the better rates out there today.
Okay. So that's $670 per month the rest of his life, regardless of how long he lives.
Right.
When he dies, whatever's left in that accumulation account goes in full to the beneficiary.
That's correct.
So riders, in this case attached to indexed annuities, are pretty much cash refund, right?
Sure.
Because we talk about cash refund on immediate annuities and deferred income annuities and qualified longevity annuity contracts, but income riders attached to fixed indexed annuities are cash refund.
That's right. And the obligation of the insurance company is, as you're taking that money out for income, if that account value goes to zero, the insurance company then's on the hook to still duplicate that monthly payout for
So you're getting your money back with interest, just like all income coming from annuities.
Right.
Right. And it's just drawing down on that asset. And once again, it's transfer risk. Right. Interesting. Any other scenarios you want to run there?
Well, let's say if you want to go buy a deferred income annuity instead. So let's compare.
Well, let's compare it. Okay, because so you come to me and you say, Robert comes to me and said, I need income at this age.
Right.
I need income later. So we have to run a rider.
Right.
And we have to run a deferred income annuity because they both guarantee you income later.
Right.
They both have benefits and limitations, but they both get to that finish line in a different contractual way.
Right.
So we got to compare them. And also, too, there's some tax issues, too, on that income stream. So let's look at it.
Sure. So if I were to run a deferred income annuity quote for Robert at 65, and again, if you were to defer that first payment for 5 years, for that same $100,000, one of your better rates is going to be about $680 a month. Okay. So that compared to the FIA at $670, you're talking about the same payment. So the decision then is about access control, if you will.
Or IRA, non-IRA.
Sure, absolutely.
So IRA, it's the same. They're kind of the same. Non-IRA, the deferred income annuity has some tax preferential income because there's a part of that income, so the principal is not taxable, only the interest.
Right.
So you might want to look at that. But I think what you said is correct. It really comes down to controlling the asset. With the indexed annuity and a rider, you have control of that asset.
Right.
Gary, let's wrap up indexed annuities. They're missold a little bit out there. There's a lot of hype because it's a neat story. You got some a little bit more upside than a CD. But in essence, in 1995, when they were first introduced, they were introduced to have a little bit better than CD returns, an enhanced CD for lack of a better term. But you still control your money. And if you're going to use an indexed annuity for income in the future, you can do it a couple ways. You can say, hey, I'm going to hold this indexed annuity and then shop for an immediate annuity on the back end. And the good news is you're not going to lose money because it's a fixed annuity, right? But you can also attach an income rider, which is an attached benefit for income if you need income in the future. So in your opinion, what do people need to take away about indexed annuities so that they can make a qualified decision, knowing that Cannex can provide the best guarantees based on their situation?
Well, as far as your growth in the contract, like you said, it's going to give you a little bit better return than a typical CD or MIGA type of a product return, if you will. But the fact of the matter is, with the additional income option available with the contract, you get a pretty decent return for that guaranteed income based upon the structure of this contract. So if you're looking for more control with your money compared to, say, a deferred income annuity, then this might be the right product for you.
Well said. I'm Stan, the Annuity Man.
I'm Gary from Cannex, and we'll catch you next time.